everyone, and welcome to a special edition of Plant A Day. I'm Sue Connors. I'm John's wife. This is John Connors. And I think say hi.
Hi.
Anyways, I'm making him do this video because I decided I would take up herb gardening. And if you, you don't know me from a hole in the wall, but I can tell you right now, I don't know anything about gardening. Green Acres kind of comes to mind, but yeah. Anyway, so I've asked John to create me a patio garden. It's our catio over here. So apparently we've got a bunch of dirt in front of us, and he's going to tell us what we're going to do.
Okay. First of all, a little out of my element on this one. I don't use seeds much. I'm very much lazy, so I generally buy stuff that's already sprouted. But just for fun, we're going to try our hand at getting some herbs going indoors. It's February, so it's still too cold to plant a lot of this stuff outside. Doing research on it, there was a lot of mention of seed stratification. So what we're going to try to do is a little bit of a comparison between stratified and non-stratified seeds. All stratified means is that we've simulated a cold spell, we've simulated winter for the seeds. Now, there's different methods of doing this. The one that I chose was I put the seeds separately in the freezer overnight, and then I soaked them overnight, and now we're going to plant them in the dirt, which is actually indoor potting soil in the little individual peat pots, which can be planted directly into the pot when they're ready to go outside.
So how did you do this? How did you prepare this?
Just simply, these come empty in a plastic tray, which will hold water and allow them to wick moisture up from the bottom if there's any excess. I simply just set this down, applied the potting mix by hand, wet it down a little bit, then topped it up.
Yeah, and then stuffed it onto our patio, not the patio, but the mantle over there.
Yeah, that's where it'll live. We want somewhere where the cats aren't going to be able to get to it, especially once the seeds sprout, because we've got catnip here, because apparently our cats aren't psycho enough already.
Now you put wax paper over top of it. Can you put wax paper over top of it while it's germinating?
You have to, actually. Well, I put wax paper over it just so that the cats wouldn't think it's a litter box. We'll probably use plastic. Instead, the cats will be less likely to mess with the plastic. Also, it'll be easier to secure and again keep the moisture in the soil instead of evaporating off into the room. It's crucial during the germination period to keep it moist.
Okay, so do we have to water it?
If it dries out, when it dries out, you keep it, and I'm going to get you a sprayer so you can just mist it. Otherwise, if you just pour water into it, it can displace things.
Yeah, it's going to be a disaster. Okay,
yeah.
So you've done your split test. So you've created your...
Yeah, so we've got catnip, cilantro, and thyme to begin with. They are all herbs. They're from West Coast Seeds, which is a local good seed company. Mm-hmm. Now, some things need stratification and some don't. As far as I know, all perennials need stratification. That's kind of how they work. They go through a cold, dormant period and then they start up again. Some things like thyme apparently can go either way. Thyme is more a Mediterranean sort of thing. So in its native habitat, it doesn't necessarily go through a cold, wet period. But it's said that it will still benefit the germination process by stratifying. So we're going to find out. This is just an experiment in a way for me.
Yeah, and just to be clear, the seeds that he's stratifying are on a paper towel right now and look like fleas. So I have no idea how you expect me to put those into this little crap.
Well, so yeah, like she said, the seeds, so these are the thyme seeds, these are the catnip seeds.
Ooh.
They are just specks.
See? Can you
Really?
even see them?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So this is
So,
the time?
yeah, so what you're going to do is take, I don't know, a little pinch of those seeds. Now, they're still a bit damp from the stratification, which makes them miserable to,
Just in here?
yeah,
like
makes
a
them
cookie.
miserable to handle because they want to stick to everything.
Do I just push them down?
Don't really push them down, just pat
Pat, not push.
on these ones.
Okay. So do I put this one over here?
Yep.
All righty.
And so you distribute those amongst the first 4 cells there.
All right. This is fun. Hopefully it doesn't get under my nails. All right. Let's see. I am not high maintenance. Stop it.
Gardener Barbie.
All right. All right. Oh yeah, you should try this. It's like those. They're even smaller than those little sesame seed things. Anyways, I feel like this is a cooking show. All right. We're just gonna dump that baby down there. Dump these babies down here. I swear to God, please. Okay.
Why are you so familiar with fleas?
Well, I don't know, because we have cats. All right.
You guys have fleas?
Either them or you.
Great.
All right. So.
Sleeps on me all night. Okay, so we'll
Okay.
do the. So I'll do the easy ones.
Oh, nice. All right.
Okay, so here are the unstratified ones. They are nice and dry and easy to handle.
So now these little guys, you're just patting in, but the bigger ones, which is like the coriander / cilantro, because coriander is the seed of cilantro, right?
Yes,
Yay!
very good.
All right.
Yes.
So these ones,
Yes.
I want to put over here, and what do I do? Do I do pat them in too?
Now the coriander you want to push down to about an inch under the surface.
With my nails?
Yes. You know, I stand corrected. The dry ones are not much of an improvement for handling here.
All right. And how many seeds do I put in this little crap?
Well, we got about 50 corianders. Well,
1, 2, 3, 4.
yeah, hang on. We should
What?
maybe spread them out a little bit. Because we got, if we're putting it in 4, we got about a dozen per thing. So yeah, don't plunk them all in one.
All right. So you don't just do one hole, you do a bunch.
Yeah,
All
sorry,
right.
my bad.
Okay, so you just stuff your finger in there, and then do this, and then just dump these in.
Yeah, well, I mean, so you can
Oh, these are my split test though, right?
poke a few holes like that.
Okay.
Yeah, just showing.
Okay, good. All right. Okay. Yay for me. All right. So once I've done this and we've planted the whole thing, now what do we do?
Well, once we finish the rest of it here, we're going to. The soil's already moist, so we don't have to really water them in. We might take a little sprinkling of the, and I mean just a sprinkle of the growing medium, put over top just to make sure that we covered a little bit, that we get a little bit of cover over the seeds. And then we keep it in a warm place. Once the germination happens, apparently, you take it away from that consistently warm place, and then it's more important to have sunshine, but not necessarily as high temperature as we would when we're germinating.
Awesome. So then I can put them over to the caddy when we're done.
No.
Oh.
They've got to, yeah, we're going to leave them inside until they sprout. With the cilantro, they push up little leaves that are not the typical cilantro leaves first. Once they start showing the typical cilantro leaves, the one with, the ones that look like the picture,
Tastes good.
yeah, then we can start putting them outside, providing that we've timed this right and that the danger of frost is past.
Hooray. Okay, so that'll be our next episode when they become little green sprouts.
Yeah, and if none of them work, we're going to come back and erase this whole thing.
That's true. And we'll be drinking. All right.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's a given.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. All right, well, thanks. And stay tuned. We will be back with some sprouts.